In today's video, we're going to talk really quick about Amazon wheel spacers. So for $90 or $92 right now on sale on Amazon, you can get a set of 4 wheel spacers that will fit an Evolution cart. Now I had to make a couple orders to figure out which ones fit okay. And so I'm going to share with you what to look out for when you're placing that order and give you a link to the ones that I found. So the first dimension when it comes to wheel spacers is, well, how much do you want to space it out? How thick do you want your wheel spacer to be? You can get anywhere from 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2, 3, 4. As soon as you're getting above 2, things are starting to get a little bit sketchy. So 2 is about the most, when you're trying to, I want to feel something be materially different in my ride and handling of the cart. A 2 all around is something where you will feel a difference, but you're not entering into this extremely weird looking or dangerous territory. So the next thing you're going to need is the bolt pattern. These are 4x100, just kind of like a Honda Civic. So the measurement goes from side to side, from across horizontally, that's 100 millimeters. So you're looking for a 4x100 bolt pattern on these things. So both of these were 4x100 bolt patterns. Both said that they worked for carts, and so I placed the order. What I didn't know is that the third very important dimension is the interior spacing here. So on this one, you can see it's 59.3 millimeters on this interior diameter. And this one here is a 68 millimeter. And this is extremely important. While on the rear of the Evolution carts, this spacer fits no problem because there's nothing blocking the inner part of it. So you could use this nice, thick, beefy boy on the rear of the Evolution cart, no problem. But when you go to put this with a 59.3, is that what it is? 59.3 inner diameter here on the front, it will not fit. It's too tight and it bumps up against the hub and it interferes. So for the front or for all around, you need something at least like this, which so a 68 millimeter internal hub spacing is important. Okay, the other thing to remember is they come with different threaded studs. So these are typically half 20, so half 20 thread pitches. That means our cart, the factory lug nuts that are on the cart are different than that thread pitch. But in general, that's okay. So let's talk about this for a second. These ones come with a nicer set of lug nuts. So these ones come here with another set that almost look factory, set of acorn style lug nuts. So not only are you getting the hubs, but you also get the nuts. These nuts fit onto these adapters. Now, since they are 2 inches tall, we would use our stock nuts inside of here, and they just are tall enough to clear. So when we're looking in here at the hub, I'm not sure if I can show you. Oh, there you can see from here. So you can see the stock nut is just tall enough to clear. So if you are thinking about getting a size down, like an inch or something like that, you may end up needing to get a different set of shorter lug nuts for the factory side. And then what we're using here is the lug nuts that have come with the wheel spacer themselves. Now on the back, I ended up using this piece. I thought that this was a nice, chunky, solid looking piece. And so on my rear, I have these basic nuts on the back. I said what I had to use. My factory nuts are down inside because they are a different thread pitch between the stock and these 1/4 or 1/2 20 pitch lug nuts. So that's the only other thing to keep in mind. This set would be good to go. So if you end up getting this set and using the bolts that come with it, it will look rather factory. You'll be able to use your factory bolts to hold the wheel spacer on and use the nuts that came with it to mount it. Now they're a pretty nice piece. This is substantially lighter in weight than a spacer like this. It probably weighs double the amount. So what I ended up doing is going, well, I made a mistake. I'm just going to put these ones on the back and these ones on the front. And that's what I ended up doing. So that is how my cart is set up. If you only want to order 1 pair, this is good if you have a friend. Maybe you give a friend with another cart, you split a pack of them and give them these for the rear and these for the front. But that is what I ended up doing for my wheel spacers. So 2 inches, those are the different measurements you need. 68 millimeter bore. You need to keep in mind that the lug nuts may or may not be different based on the thread pitch. And that is that. So the only other question I had is somebody reached out and they said that they installed the ones that I linked to, which in my other video, which I believe is these ones here, and they had a lot of fender rub, or they had rubbing. And yes, so that is true. When you first put these wheels on, you are going to get significant rub right here. So there used to be kind of a little flare out right here, and I had to trim it back so that I did not get the wheel rub. Down inside here, you can kind of see the haggard cut I made, but I cut this back because this used to sweep out quite a bit and touch the wheel as you rotate. So that is one spot on the Ranger, at least. On the Maverick, if you have the slightly lifted version, comment in the description below if you had to do any trimming. But on the Ranger version, which is what I have, the lowered version, there was definitely wheel rub right there that I had to cut back. So that's something you can do if you have a Dremel, or I actually just used a big set of shears to just cut it back, and it has not been a rubbing issue there. I do get a little bit of rubbing. This bar doesn't come on the Ranger, of course, but we added it. And I do get a little bit of rubbing on my on this part right here at full lock when we're doing full turns one way or the other way. I get a little bit of rubbing. If you if you're really heavy and we have a lot of friends and you're hitting a bump, sometimes you will hear a bit of a rub at like a full suspension squish, but it's not too bad overall, even on the Ranger. On the rear, we didn't have to do anything, no adjustments or trimming on the rear. But yeah, I just wanted to go over that because in my accessories video, I didn't go into that much detail about wheel spacers. They are a little bit finicky to install, meaning that you may need to do a bit of trimming on the front. It's not necessarily plug and play. So if you go to 2 inches anyways. If anybody else has a Ranger and you did 1 inch, let me know if you had any rubbing or had to do any trimming. But once you're done, it does make a difference. When you're in this cart and you're, my wife, me, and the dog, sometimes in the middle, our butts are sitting way over here. And just having that extra 2 inches really keeps the cart from feeling tippy, and it's definitely worth it. So I've had these on the front for about 6 months. No issues. The wheels haven't come loose, nothing too crazy like that. Do check them from time to time. And these ones have been running on the rear for the same amount of time for 6 months. So these are the setups. I'll give you the links. These are probably the right ones if you want to order 1 pack. And if you really do want to order 2 and share them with a friend, you can go with the beefier ones on the rear. So I hope that helps. Cheers.